the king of Asante paid a visit to the king of Ghana, Ga Mantse in Accra. And that was the most beautiful thing I have seen in this country, Ghana. Listen, I think we need to be advocating on this kind of visit. I personally, I believe that children grow up to become what they see in their environment, what they see on television, what they hear on radio, what they see on social media. See, when I saw the king of Asante, all the way from Asante Kingdom to visit Ga Mantse, look at the people they pull out, all the rich men in Accra, everybody came out to support the king of Asante. This is beautiful. I think this kind of unity visitation is very much important all across the country. See, we cannot be we cannot be advocating for African unity if we are not united in our countries. We need domestic unity before we can talk about uniting the whole of Africa. See, I think the king of Volta, like Togbi Afede, Togbi Sri, Togbi the Larger, you go to the northern part, Asante region, Fanti people, Zima people, all these kings, they need to be paying, doing this kind of what they call unity visitation to each other. The more we see this kind of things in our environment, we start to have this mentality that we are all one. Just imagine the king of Volta visiting the king of North, or the North king visiting the people of Volta. Then the Asante king visiting the people of Nzima, the Nzima king visiting the people of somewhere, what do you call Volta North, or Wa, Boliga. You see, all those things is beautiful. I hate it when a child of 10 years, or 16 years, or 15 years child is actually saying, I am Igbo man, or I am Yoruba, or I am Asante, or I am an Ewe. Why must a child of 10 years start to get to know about where you come from? It's important to know, but you don't have to know that you're an Asante or you're an Ewe or a Gan. These kind of educations are not necessary. Like you come to Ghana like this. There's one particular video I saw the other day when one small boy was actually saying, "So a trader, Asante for trainer." I like it. Wow, which kind of mentality is this? You see, because of the kind of education we have been seeing on televisions. And UTV did something. They posted a video where the Asante king was sitting down and Ga Mantse stood up to greet him. Whilst they were supposed to post a video where the Asante king stood up to greet the Ga Mantse whilst he was sitting down. They didn't post that one, but they posted where the Asante king was sitting down and Ga Mantse stood up to greet him. Why this kind of media, or let me say, this Ghana media, actually they have a problem, especially this UTV. Why would you post this kind of picture? They are trying to post some kind of, send some kind of messages out there that the Asante king is great. Yes, everybody knows that Asante king is the greatest in Ghana, or let me say, all Africa. Everywhere you go, whether you like it or not, you will have somebody who is greater than the other. If you bring out 10 kings, one of them will be greater than all of them. As an Ewe man, when I was growing up, I didn't learn about Osetutu in school. My parents started telling me about him. They started telling me about our kings, Togbi, Sri, Afede, and the rest. Before I grew up, went to school to learn about them. Whether you like it or not, the king of Ashanti is the greatest king in Ghana. Whether he's the king in the whole Ghana or only the king in Ashanti, that is not important. Whether we like it or not, we have the greatest king in West Africa or Africa, or one of the greatest king in the world, in Ghana. Those people who have been talking about Asante, we are the greatest people. When I see this kind of post, they make me go crazy. It's not necessary. See, I think we need to start to advocate on telling our kings to start visiting each other, because our children, when they grow up to see kings visiting each other, organizing this kind of events, even football matches, musical events, all these social events, when they grow up, they will have this mentality that we are all one people. Before you can talk about African unity is not today. We cannot be one today. Because if you check everywhere around Africa, you see that we all have different mentality, different understanding. We need to, first of all, talk about unity in Ghana. Right now, See, Ghana, we are united somehow. Yes, we love each other. We don't have problem with doing business with Asante or we know. You know, go see that kind of things around Ghana. Yes, but when it comes to serious business deals or politics, see, you will see that people are very, very, very tribalistic. You understand? But they don't do it in reality like that. But all I'm trying to say is we need to start to educate our children. We need to start to put good messages out there that we are all one people. You cannot be one in Africa if we are not one in our own country. If you go to Nigeria, Igbo people are divided with the what do you call it, the Yoruba people. They see themselves as different, even though they socialize together. But the politicians, they are creating differentiations, and I think the kings have a very big work to do. We Africans, we listen to our kings than to our politicians. I'm telling you, in Ghana, number one, Ghana, we pay attention to our kings. Anything, what the king of Asante will say in Ghana here, all the Asantes will obey. Anything the king of Angola will say, all the Angolan people will start to obey. The same thing applies to king of Bedouin people, that is Togbe Afede. You see all those things. Anything king of North or Nzima will say, people will start to respect it. We respect what our king says than our politicians. So the kings have to start to play some roles in our life. Why would they sit down always waiting for the politicians to do something? And these politicians know that when they divide us, that is why they get us. So we need to start to, when I saw this kind of visitation yesterday, when I saw the king visiting, king of Ashanti visiting the Ga Mantse, wow, it's so beautiful. Efekeke, minyanka sanete, and all the time here you on your TV, you'll be seeing these kind of things. Kings visiting each other, organizing this kind of unity events. Rather than talking about politics all the time, about Mia Mahama, why? No.